Hey everybody! In this video I'm going to talk about ramp edits for beginner level players. As a new player, before you learn things like thwaifo cones, 90s, double edits, and side jumps, it's likely that you've learned to place ramps all the time. Ramps are great for climbing up, for climbing down, they're great for protecting yourself from bullets, and you might already be using ramps to trap your opponents during fights. If you learn to edit ramps quickly and in the right way, you will see a recognizable and measurable improvement to your gameplay performance. You'll win more fights, you'll win them faster, and you'll win without taking as much damage. Before we talk about ramp edit drills to practice, it's important to understand what kinds of edits are available. As a beginner player, the first step is to learn how to rotate your ramps. You do this by selecting the smaller middle tiles that you see in the edit grid. Once you've selected one of these smaller tiles, all you have to do is drag your crosshair over a gray tile space. It doesn't matter which. Just remember that for all ramp edits, that first tile that you select represents the lowest part of the ramp that touches the ground. Ramp flips are great for long-range engagements where you need to get closer to your opponents. They're great for close-range fights where you need to surprise your opponent for a quick shot. And in general, they're great for getting more information. You'll notice that while editing this ramp, you can see through it. This makes it easier for you to line up a shot, and it gives you more information about the next building decision you make. As you practice rotating your ramps like this, try to perform each edit with less crosshair movement. You don't need to flick your crosshair all the way across your screen. All you need is to touch the nearest gray tile space like this. Once you've optimized these edits, the next ramp edits to learn are half ramps. To cut a ramp in half, you need to drag your crosshair over the larger edit tiles from one corner to another corner. Remember, the first corner you select is where the base of the edited ramp will be. The ramp edit that you'll make most often in Fortnite is this half ramp edit here. Start from the back left corner and drag your crosshair to the closer left corner. This edit can be used in close or medium range to find great right-hand peeks against your opponents. In extreme close range fights, this ramp edit will give you a huge advantage. That's why it is a crucial component of the mongraal-classic. If you take a wall, make an edit, ramp over your opponent and perform this edit, your opponent will either be forced into an awkward left-hand peek, which gives you a favorable shot, or they'll end up boosted on top of this half ramp, which allows you to run inside the box for a favorable right-hand peek jump shot. This is one of the most important ramp edit drills to practice. You don't want to mess this up, so make sure to practice in creative, and I've included this practice map code in the video description. For 5 or 10 minutes, practice taking a wall, ramping over your opponent, and performing this same back left to close left ramp edit, and follow up by shooting the target dummy. If you only have the time to learn one single ramp edit, this is the one. It allows you to safely shoot and replace your opponent's walls. You can reset the ramp for instant protection, and in general, it is a great option for using skillful movement to take consecutive right-hand peek shots. Once you're comfortable with this most common half ramp edit, try out the other directions as well. The most difficult ramp edit to perform is this one here. It requires you to drag your crosshair over all 4 corners of the edit tile grid. This edit can surprise an opponent because it is so uncommon. It does give you a safe right-hand peek, and it also throws off your opponent's aim, since they don't expect you to peek from such an awkward height. This edit is most effective in a situation where you are trapped inside a box with your opponent while blocking them with a ramp. Haha, wrecked! If your opponent is standing on the left side of the box, start this edit from the back right corner and drag your crosshair over the next 3 corners in a clockwise motion. As you confirm the edit, run down these stairs for a beautiful right-hand peek angle. If your opponent stands on the right side of the box, start this edit on the back left and drag in a counterclockwise motion. This doesn't give you a right-hand peek, but it is still a very surprising angle. Now that you understand what kinds of ramp edits you can make, I'd like to cover some common scenarios where players almost always make the wrong ramp edit. So let's return to that first situation where you are trapped inside a box with your opponent but you at least control the ramp inside the box, with your opponent either on top or underneath that ramp. Beginner level players almost always make the wrong ramp edit here. They cut the ramp in half and full peak their opponent like this. If you make this kind of edit where you drop on top of your opponent, they will always be able to shoot you first. They already have their shotgun equipped and ready to shoot. What you need to do is choose an edit that gives you enough protection to pull out your shotgun. For example, if you have a ramp over your opponent, stand on the back left side, not quite touching the wall, and jump as you make this back left to front left edit. This gives you the time you need to pull out your shotgun, jump to the right, and take that first uncounterable right-hand peek shot. If your opponent is on top of your ramp, you could stand against the back wall and phase the ramp, but again, a good player will realize what you're doing and they will be able to shoot first. Don't use this edit. Instead, make the same edit as before, pull out your shotgun, and use the right-hand peek over this railing. These edits should only be used in situations where you do not own any of the walls surrounding you and your opponent. If you can wrap walls around your opponent and place a ramp over them, your ramp edits will look a little bit different. The best thing to do in this situation is edit through the left wall like this. From outside of this box, edit the ramp to free up a shot on your opponent, and then use the natural right-hand peek of this wall edit to find a crouch shot or a jump shot. Okay, nice shot. 1, 2. That guy wasn't bad. He hit some shots, but he got formulaed. This same exact strategy should be used when you have an opponent stuck on top of a ramp that you own. In creative, practice all of these follow-up strategies against target dummies or against friends. No matter what difficulty of ramp edit you decide to practice, just remember that the best ramp edit is the one that allows you to pull out your shotgun before your opponent can see you. 1, 2. Beautiful! If you are a brand new player and you only have time to learn one ramp edit, just know that the most commonly used and best overall ramp edit is this one right here. So in creative, practice against target dummies using this ramp edit to take safe right-hand peek shots, and then start using it in your fights. I promise you, just this simple ramp edit will let you win more fights, burn fewer materials, and take much less damage. In my videos lately, I've been talking about more complicated strategies, and I know as a beginner level player, learning things like 90s, tunneling, or double edits, those things don't really help you win fights. So in my next few videos, I'm going to be focusing more on these same beginner micro level strategies. These are the things that allow you to win fights, and they also fix many of the common mistakes that are causing you to lose fight. So look out for those new beginner level videos in the next few weeks. Thank you guys for watching. If you do have questions or you'd like some elaboration, feel free to tune into my live streams at twitch.tv/Billy_Bicep. Thank you guys for all of your support there and here on YouTube. And thank you guys so much for using code Billy-Bicep in the item shop. It means a lot. I hope you guys enjoy practicing your ramp edits, and I'll see you all next time.